Hello, this is Wenda O'Neill from O'Neill Artworks, and today we're going to assemble this adorable miniature potted plant. I just can't get over how cute it is when you put it with the other miniature stuff. Let's start by assembling the pot. There are 3 pieces. The first part we're going to glue, but before we glue, we're going to need a narrow, round screwdriver, or you can use a pencil or anything with a round edge. And we want to kind of just put a curve on it so we get a nice round circle without any bends or folds. Today I'm using Aleene's Quick Dry Tacky Glue. I also like Zip's Fast Dry, but I don't have any right now. So I'm going to use Aleene's, and I'm also going to use clips to hold it in place, especially since this is very small and my fingers seem to be much bigger. What we want to do is we want to keep the top line so it looks like a straight line and the base line. So we're not going to let that dry on an angle. We want it to look like a cone. Now I'm going to put a little bit of a spin or a curl on this piece, and I'm going to bend over the little tabs. These are what we're going to use to glue to the actual base. Now you can see my cardstock is double-sided. If you have a one-sided cardstock, then you just want to make sure that the inside of both of these things are actually the white color so that the outside is the color that you've selected. Now I'm just going to put a little tab of glue on that little tab and then get a clip, put it together, make sure that it's a straight line so that it's a full circle, and I'm just going to clip it shut. Oops. It's sticky, it's tacky, but it's not quite, there we go. So the value of having these little clips, I can't even tell you how great they are because they really hold it in place. Yes, it doesn't take long for this glue to dry, but it's not seconds. So I need something that's going to hold it in place while I am waiting for it to dry. And that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. So there's my my pot. This is going to be the base. So you know how in potted plants you have a base that catches the water? I'm just going to let this dry a little bit. Let's see. Oh, pretty good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is apply the glue to those tabs that I've already bent down. I'm just going to put a little bead. And now I can either take the circle, place the circle on it. I can place the base on the circle and lift it up. But what I really want to do is I want this should be exactly the same size. It should exactly be flush. So I want to sort of make sure the seams meet. It makes it much cleaner. It makes it look much nicer when it's all done drying. And I have the screwdriver. I'm just going to push this in to really get those pushed down all the way. Okay, there we go. Make sure everything looks good. Once it's dried a little bit, I'm going to put them together. I'm going to look for the seams, and I'm going to put both seams on the same side. I'm just going to put a little bead of glue here, and then I'm just going to stick it in the tray like a potted plant. Make sure it's nice and firmly in there. Make sure it's in the center of the tray, and I'm going to let that dry. Now let's do the plant. Your plant leaves will come out in 2 different pieces. Depending on what size you cut your plant, you may use both pieces, you may not use both pieces. I found when I cut at the default size, I'm gonna use both pieces. And here I'm just using that small screwdriver again to sort of spin the cardstock. I don't want to do it the way that I did with the other because I'm afraid that I will rip the delicate tendrils of the plant, right? So I'm just wanting to get them into a smaller circle so that I can stick them into the pot. And essentially what you'll see I'm going to do is one is going to be a wider circle that I'm just simply going to put into the pot. And then the second one is going to be a tighter circle that I'm then going to put inside the other circle of plants. So let me just show you how I do it. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I don't need to narrate this for you. I am just in love with that potted plant. Look at how cute this is on the little nightstand or end table and next to the little armchair. And this is an even smaller one. And this one is only using one of the plants and it's on the bookcase. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to assemble the potted plant from my Etsy shop.